Hey, which one did we use last time?
This is Edmonton, Alaska, and Dolores. Our project is about saving energy, so everyone should do it. Looks like. Okay, yeah, keep going. A lot of people ask, why do we need to save energy? Well, energy doesn't just save us money, but it saves the environment in some ways, you know, various different ways. It's a big deal, and it's also a big help for the school to save energy, so we can have more money to fund other programs for school. We thought of an idea of for you to be able to turn on your lights, you gotta like deposit $1. Let's say we started with like Monopoly money or something like that. If you want to turn on the lights, you gotta put in $1, and the teachers have budgets. Let's say they have 10 Monopoly dollars every 2 weeks. Well, if you run out of that money between the 2 weeks, you gotta find your own way to make light. You gotta open windows or something like that. I mean, some of the classrooms don't have windows, but you gotta figure out how to do it. It's something that was really gonna help the school save energy and get them to start thinking about stuff like that. Also, air conditioners are a big thing. Air conditioners use about 150 times more power than lights. So, air conditioners, if you don't need them, you know, just turn them off. We also found on a website called BlueJay that you can find out how much you're using and the cost by doing watts times the hours used divided by 1,000 times the cost per kilowatt hour, and that gives you the cost of how much you're going to pay for the energy you're using. So we use that, and here it gives you an example. You are let's say a computer like a home computer. It's going to use $631 a year just for having it on 24/7. So that's a lot of money. This is just other ways to save energy. We put extra slide. And we have this movement called the Littlest User. It's kind of like a competition. I know you guys have heard of The Biggest Loser, so this is kind of like that. And it's like a competition, a movement that we're trying to get through to people. The one who uses the less energy gets to have a party or something like that. Motivation for students. Can you click on the link? We'll go back. Click on that link right there. We have a video actually from one of my debate teacher. She wanted to give some insight on what this project's all about. So. Put the volume up. It's on mute.
In the open position.
Okay, Ms. Mater, what are some ways you think we can save energy in school?
In school, we can reduce the water. There's a lot of times where I'll go by and I'll see water fountains that actually are kind of stuck in the open position. Also, a couple of ways is to make sure that the doors are better sealed and that those doors continue to be closed. Because a lot of times I go out and they're just wide open.
What about the lights? What do you think the teacher should do to save energy, like light energy?
Well, the good thing is that we have the fluorescent bulb, so that takes out less energy than what the incandescent bulbs would take out. However, I do feel like not only is it a little bit better on your eyes, but a lot of these school buildings have it, or I'm sorry, classrooms have it to where it can be really bright, or you can turn it halfway. And I always turn it halfway off. It's just easier, alleviates headaches, and also helps conserve some of the energy.
What do you think are some motivations for students to do this? What can we do to motivate students to get started in this project?
Well, first off, we need to make them realize everything that's already been lost from the Industrial Revolution. And I know that there's lots of documentaries that are out there that talk about if we continue to proceed along the gas guzzling, energy, fossil fuel line, that there's going to be a lot of consequences. Some of the projects that have been started here at the school are really good, like paper recycling and giving shoes to third world countries, things like that. However, I don't really see any stick-to-itiveness, and so we need to make sure that we're always being a proponent of becoming greener and cleaner.
Okay, well thank you very much, Ms. Mater. Okay, and that was Ms. Mater, she's the communications teacher. We also need motivation for students, because students will be like, why should I do this? What's in it for me? Well, I mean, it doesn't always have to be about yourself. It's also about helping the school, helping the environment, things like that. But motivations, like sometimes get students to want to do it more. And also it's good to put signs next to the switches just to say turn off the lights, we're not in use, stuff like that. It helps them remind themselves that just turn off the lights, it's not that hard. And like, well, what we said to achieve this is like kind of like a petition, not much like it, but we want to make students like get them to sign it to say that they're agreeing and doing this and going along with this movement that we have. And we want to see if students want to be part of this. So we thought that was going to be an idea for us to get started. And that's it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Questions for him? So you have a lot of these ideas that you want people to do. As far as implementing them, have you thought about which ones you could actually follow up and which ones could actually happen?
Yes, the one we are talking about is about putting the money in and for the teachers to have a certain amount of money they can put in so they can turn on the lights. That's the one we're sticking to, and we want people to like have a petition signed to where teachers and students are willing to do this.
Okay. So who do you have to go through to do that? I mean, that's a good idea, but to make it happen, what do you have to do to make it happen?
I think we should go straight to the school board. First, talk to Mr. Ferris, of course, see if he could help us out to get there. Because I know it's not that hard to just show up there. I mean, it's not that easy to just show up there and be like, we want to do this. We have to take steps, make some calls, talk to some people to see if they can help us out.
Do you plan on doing any of this, or is this just going to be at the end of the presentation?
Is that a trick question?
No.
We were talking, and it's actually a good idea if teachers are willing to do it. We do plan on keeping this going and see where it could take us, because it's kind of like a movement that we want to get started. Yeah.
Sure. So I'm going to go down the line. All three of you can answer this question. Just reflecting back on this, you don't have to say that energy is expensive or anything like that, but I'd like to know if you learned anything else besides what you told us. Is there anything else that you have learned from it?
But besides from what we said to you?
Just what you said in your presentation. Is there something else besides that, or is that it?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, it takes more than one person to do it. All I can say.
Some things that we also kind of learned is that if you want to get something to work, you got to work together. You got to get people to actually put effort into doing this. Like, it's not just a one-person thing, You need to get people to say, well, you know what, we'll do this, and we can do it.
I mean, we can talk up there as much as we want, but that's not going to do anything.
Sure.
Yeah, so we talked like getting in teams, actually getting people to come out, like, I don't know, do something to get this started.
Ms.
Yes.
Dolores? Got anything? No?
Yes.
You guys said you wanted to do like the money thing. What if teachers in the school don't agree with it?
It's not real money. We're not talking about real money. We're saying it's kind of like a budget thing, where you have to. The teachers get like $10 of Monopoly money, and once you put one in, you can turn on the lights. But once you run out, you got to find a way to get your own energy in school, your own light.
How much?
Open up a window.
So what if before you talked to Dr. Ferris, you went by and got like a survey type thing from all the teachers about it to kind of prove your work for them? That'd probably help.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. We could take that too.
Any other questions?
How much is the Monopoly? Like $1? How long do they keep it?
Oh, they have $10 for 2 weeks of Monopoly money, like $1 bills, like $10 bills.
But when they turn on the lights, how long can they keep them on?
Oh, they can keep them on, and then just when they leave the room or when they stop teaching, turn them off. So every time they come back into class or whatever, when they turn them off, as long as they turn them off, they have to turn them back on, put another $1 in.
Don't you think they would cheat that to
Yes,
turn them
me
on?
too.
Well, yes, but if we thought, of course, some teachers are gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna put $1 in. But that's up to the teachers. If they really want to help, they'll do it. If they don't want to help, then that's up to the teacher. It's something that we want to get through teachers first
You have to enforce
to
it.
see if they want to enforce it or not. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on them too if they want to save energy or not.
You need to find out from like someone who controls our electricity and see if you can tell from each classroom how much energy is used from lights.
Yeah, that's.
You should find out if you can tell by classroom or like by hallway.
What if we got the things like with the bathroom, like when no one's in here, like they
No, they
turn
have
off automatically.
monitors now.
So they do in here?
Yeah. Well, not all classes, but some do.
Because I would know too.
Yeah.
I know some of those too.
But yeah, that's it.
I like it. Good job, ladies.